What's up, guys? At the Monkey Market, I'm here with Uchiha Pips, and we're going to be going over a weekly recap, and as well as introducing some of our new members that we got in the group, and doing a Q&A as well for anyone that decides to join here coming up. So we're going to start off with talking about the week. Let's see. What do you want to start off with, Uchiha? What do you think would be a good idea?
Um, well, let's say we already welcomed everyone. Yeah, we're going to be covering over the last week, right?
Yeah, last
The
week
week of
trading.
October 20th to the 26th, 2024. Um, let's see. You said you want to do a weekly recap over.
Yeah, we could do a weekly recap, and then also I want to introduce everybody to Animazic. He's one of our new mods. Congratulations, Animazic. He's a very educated trader, and got a lot of expertise. And you guys have any questions, feel free to ask him. He's really helpful. He knows a lot.
Yeah. Also, shout out to all our new members over the month, of course. Thanks to all our current members. Like y'all really would make this group so live.
Right.
Um, Past members, shout out to y'all too, and all the members who won't be able to join us today on our live stream. But hey, we're glad you're with us.
Right. We'll be recording this and posting this on YouTube so everybody can catch it. Saturday night. I know how busy everybody can be, especially me. So let's
Or partying, who knows?
yeah. Yeah, so I guess we could. I'm gonna open up some of my data. That way we can go over how the week went for me. I'll be walking you guys through that and showing y'all on my accounts that I've been trading. So I'm trading a 150K account with Profit Trades Prop Firm, and I'm trying to pass that combine. And I'm also trading a 50K Top Step Express. Now I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and kind of show y'all how the week went for me as far as that goes. So let's see. Can everybody see this right here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So as you can see, this is my. Oops, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. This is my Profit Trades account. Balance is 156,430. It was a really good week. I made $6,430 of the profit 9K goal, and since the what is this? The 17th, I think, is whenever I got it. Yeah, the 17th, 18th. Up until now, which is 8 days later, it's about a week. Just really good progress. I don't think I've had a losing day with this account. It was a really good week for me, so I'm excited to see how the next week goes. I have had some losing trades, but as far as days, I made it up with the win at the end of the day. So this is the stats right here. Overall profit we've made since the 8 days we started is $12,000, which is insane to me. But we have lost a total of 6,000, which is about half of it. So if I would have just tightened up my risk a little bit more, I feel like this could have already been passed. But working on that. What do you think, Uchiha?
Man, honestly, it's a steep equity curve.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty nice. Like I said the other day, it's something to brag about.
I feel good about it for sure, especially with the third going on to the fourth day. You can see this day was a $4,500 day. And I'm not gonna lie, I did not have the best habits as far as like risk management goes. I did over leverage this day. I mean, it's really hard to make that kind of profit without over leveraging a little bit, and it could have gone, wrong if it wasn't an A+ setup, I definitely wouldn't have done that. But still, sometimes A+ setups don't work out, So I don't recommend anybody do this, but it worked out, and I feel like I can get this 150K passed by next week. That's the goal. So I'm gonna take it slow, and I'm gonna dial down my risk, cut it in half. But I'm excited about that. And as far as Top Step, we had a really big accomplishment as far as me and my journey. 5 winning days in a row. So this is the first time I've ever achieved this with the Express. So we're in totally new territory right now. And I'm on my way to my next payout. Now you can see the current balance of this Express is negative $1,300, which is really down. It's kind of deep in drawdown, and I'm gonna take y'all over the equity curve. That way y'all can see it. You know, when we first got the Express, psychology-wise, we were just going down, like really big losses here. You know, 500, 600, 600. We got down to negative 1,700. I made some back, and I'm at 1,200, and we're like, okay, this is great. And then, just psychology-wise, had a really horrible day, and just you can see it tank right here. And we got all the way down to negative $1,900. So I'm like $100 from blowing my account at this point, and I'm convinced, you know, like I've already parted ways with the account. And emotionally, I'm like, okay, this is probably gonna get blown. What did I do wrong? And I was like, let me just do one contract, and let me just do only an A+ setup. And you can say the next day I caught one for $235, got another winning day for $200, and we're at $1,400 at this point, and I feel much better. Because that's about, you know, $550 of drawdown, which is a lot better than $100. Like, this can blow your account in one day, even with proper risk management. There's a lot more room, you know. You can't blow that in one day if you're exercising proper risk. We did have another loser, which is 279, but this wasn't a bad loser. I felt like I was practicing good risk management. I stopped after that. I should have probably risked less, but I mean, that's what it is. And then this next day, $200 profit. This next day right here, another $200 profit, and we're at $1,300, which is the highest we've been in about a week, I think. Day 4 to day 10, so about 6 days is the highest we've ever been. So that's good, you know. So hopefully we can bring this back to a break-even balance, and I can get my first payout. Because if I can, you know, stick to my rules and be psychologically focused and, you know, just show discipline, don't trade every day, then I can bring this back up. And I could even get a day next week where I make $500, and this is just expedited, you know. You never know what the market is going to provide for you, so I just got to continue practicing my good risk, and that's my psychological analysis of how the week went for me. You know, really good week. I mean, we did get close to blowing the Express, but I brought it back. So we're starting the week off next week. We're starting the week off good. So let's hope that next week is as good as last week. You know, I really hope that would be the case. So that's pretty much how my week went. What about you, Uchiha? I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing my screen.
Let's see. I wasn't planning on going over my week, but I will.
We can if you want to.
Yeah, let me share my screen here. I'm logged in on the Apex account. 300K, one of them. Let me change.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, your equity curve was a lot better than mine for sure. But
it was a good week.
You know, I mean, I over traded right here. I know what happened right here. In this period, but you know, I refocused and was like, all right, let's get back to it. And then same thing that happened here. Like, this is over trading, over leveraged.
I see.
Like those drops that happen in a smooth equity curve, to me, those are just sort of reminders of like that's you know, it's a signature of you fucking up, basically.
Right.
Pardon my French, sorry, but like
that's super interesting.
over trading, over leverage, and just be able to visually see that. It's like, man, imagine like if you take the space of that drawdown and then like you flip it to have it go up. Like, I kind of look at it like, just think if you weren't over trading and over leverage, how much higher your curve would be right now,
Right.
so.
That's well. Now let me ask you, what do you think caused those over trading and over leveraging days to happen?
Um, Consolidation
Mm,
in times where both setups are valid,
I see. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I'm not looking at the higher time frame draw liquidity. Or like in this first one, there was two higher time frame draw liquidities, but some of them take priority over others. So like, uh, I was okay. So I was in a short sell, and I was going towards an FEG, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we already swept highs and everything, but there was a higher time frame high with a higher time frame fair value gap up above it, and we were already trending up. And so I'm over here trying to short the market while it's
Oh, I see.
obviously has this draw to a higher time frame POI.
You're trying to
So
catch the
it's
reversal,
something like that.
right?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch the reversal, and I'm married to the trade, right?
Yeah.
I disallow myself to be flexible, like take a step back, right, and then come back, look at the charts, and be like, oh, you know, it most likely will go this way, but I so want this trade to work out,
Right.
right? That like I'm blind to the alternative. So, and that sets me up to overtrade and over leverage because like I'll get out on the trade, but then I'm like, man, I shouldn't have got out. So then I get in again,
I
right?
see.
I'm already at a loss because I already closed out of the first trade, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nah, it's going to go the other way. So I'll close out of that, and then I'll get on a buy, right? And then like it drops, and I'm like, nah, fuck. So that's what those, and that's every single time that happens. It's because of that. I'm overcommitted to a trade, and I'm over trading and over leveraging, and it's the same move.
Mm.
I'll get in on I'll do like 5 entries. Like I'll get in and exit on one move. Like it's insane. It drives me nuts.
Yeah,
So
man.
every time I see this, I'm just like, you're better than that, man.
I honestly think it's a really, really healthy looking equity curve, man. Like, and it seems like you have a really clear understanding of psychologically what's affecting those days. Like for me, for example, all I could say is at the beginning of my express, I went tilt, and I just neophyte mistakes, and I think I'm getting better at identifying what the issues are. And here's a little gem for anybody that's going to be watching this on YouTube. Me and Scrappy, one of the members in the community, great member, always trading with me in Asia, we were talking about some issues we were facing in the DMs, right? And both of us kind of deal with this issue where it's we'll move our stop down a little bit, or we won't stop the trade out once it goes a little bit past what we initially wanted to risk. And the reason why I have this issue personally is because when I do that and let it go a little bit past what I initially wanted my stop to be at, most of the time it hits like really good. And I
Yeah.
feel like I don't have a clear enough defined risk. Like it is very discretionary. And he's got this problem too. I just wanted to see if you had any advice for that, Uchiha, or if you dealt with that.
Man, honestly, like if it goes past a swing high or a swing low where the stop should be, then like to me it's invalidating unless there's an SMT, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it wicks past your stop loss, but the price doesn't close past it, right?
Right.
And then we get that rejection block, and then we start going up or down in either case. Then I may consider re-entering, like especially if it makes a breaker block,
Yeah.
like after it wicks out the first stop, and it it creates a breaker block in the direction that I intended it to go.
Yeah.
I'll definitely look at re-entering in the same move. But if it hits that swing low or swing high, then like it's invalid in my honest opinion.
I see.
But
And that's my thing too, is that I use a soft stop loss that kind of like, you know how the IFPG forms in the model, and I put a soft stop loss below where the IFPG is forming. You know what I'm talking about? Uh,
mhm,
and if a candle closes below it, say we're in a bull, I'm like expecting a bullish move. Say we get a candle close below it, that's where I would exit the
mhm.
trade. Um, but wicking is allowed. So like I kind of been experimenting with the soft stop, and it has been working. Like of course I have a final hard stop that's at the bottom, but usually most of the time that's a price that I don't want it to get to. I don't know. I'm still trying to get that dialed in, my risk, personally.
So yeah, with the IFPGs, I have noticed like the two ones that are most noticeable to me are the ones that have like a order block with it or a breaker block, and there's one that's just a sweep and then up just a straight up inverse fair value gap. And the
I
ones that have the order block or the inverse fair value gap are the ones that, you know, have a higher probability of coming down and wicking past the candle that made the FEG. Now the ones that are just straight up like you get your drop and then you get your rejection bottom wick and then you get your the next candle is a bullish candle that fills up this bearish one and that's your straight up. So you just get that V.
the bar,
That one
yeah.
right there you can just yeah, that one you can most likely put your stop loss, below that candle that made the FEG. And from what I see, but if it's like an order block down there or something like that,
Hmm.
price will come back and test that order block. And m- most of the times, the IFEG is part of the order block with displacement structure.
Right.
Like there's an order block and then it displaces and then it creates an FEG.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the two types that I've seen. Like if there's an order block down there, expect a wicking or price to even close down there and into that order block and test it.
Sweet.
But
Okay.
if it's just straight up V, then you're safe with your stop loss at
Oops.
the bottom of that candle.
I feel like we're getting into a little bit of the gems that you have to offer on your one-on-ones. Uh, it's a little sneak peek into that. Do you want to talk about anything that you have planned for the future, as far as like what we can expect with the group, and any services that you might want to talk about that you do provide for newer traders?
Um, I mean, I personally have a lot of things I'd like to roll out. I would like to do a one-on-one. Um, the thing is that hmm, I don't necessarily want to sell anything, especially since, like, look, we're all traders.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that the space is just polluted with scammers and stuff like that. And so, like, it, and look, this is why I stay off Reddit because there are so many people who are like, oh, if you sell a course, that's the only way you make money. And like, I have a course that I sell, and I have a couple products that I've some ebooks have sold over the Silver Bullet and the Unicorn model. But
Yeah.
I'm not out there marketing it. It's there to help, right? I'm not sit like I trade.
Right.
I don't have to sell courses or any of that stuff. I trade and I put together this material of value to help others,
Right.
right? And so the one-on-one is really, if you want to learn how I trade, right? And you have to have like a clean slate. I don't want to, contend with like how you trade and how's it different from my way and stuff like that. You know, that's that. And so I'm not really going to like market that per se, but if you're really interested in learning like how I trade, it's just straight up sweeps and yeah, just want to know how I trade, then I'll offer that. But I rather just provide everything in the chat. Catch me in the free chat.
Right.
DM me. I got this bot going, but that's work. It just takes a lot of work. I do want to start rolling out account giveaways. So like, and this is something I want to talk with you with Enoch about, like getting some type of point system in the group, and to where like they can cash out those points for like a discount on an account or something like that.
Yeah, I
Or
see.
we want to get raffles going, something to get back.
Maybe
You know,
like with invites, we could include that with an invite counter because I know that's something that we can include. Yo, what's going on, AJK? How you doing, man?
Yo, what's up?
Welcome.
what's up?
Oh, bro, my bad. I missed like the first 30 minutes.
It's all good. This is actually being recorded right now, and it's going to be posted on YouTube. So it's awesome that you came
Yeah,
in right in time for the Q&A we're going to do at the end. I did want to give you some input on your one-on-one coaching that you were talking about, Uchiha, and specifically
for
who I
sure.
think it would be best for. Because honestly, even though I did create this group, I am actually interested in it as well. I feel like it's for traders who really take their craft seriously and just want to get a visual representation of how it is that you trade, and just any kind of information that might not be in the free chat. And I know you do answer any questions for anybody in the free chat, and the knowledge is generally free, but I feel like it's more targeted for people that just really passionate about the craft and are willing to pay for your experience, which I think is a good thing, and it's a good thing to offer to for traders like that. Like I said, I'm interested myself. Probably going to reach out to you for that soon, but I do think there are others like that as well that are interested in the group. I know we did a poll recently, and we got some people that were expressing their interest, so we'll definitely, be working on rolling that out. What do you think?
I'm definitely all for it. It
Cool.
it's just, oh man, I would hate for, I don't know. If you're serious that you're gonna leave like all, and it's for anyone who wants to do a one-on-one. If you are willing to just come in with a clean slate and just you know just mimic exactly what I say, and then yeah, because for me that would be worth it. It won't be work. I'll feel like, hey, this is actually fun.
Right.
Um, because
Cool.
like I've had a couple of students in the past. I'm like, two were good, but I had three that would just always fight with me about like, this doesn't make sense, or like
I could see
they would
that.
say,
Yeah.
but such and such said this and that, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, I don't really want to go back and forth, but no,
Right.
I welcome it. Anyone wants to find out how I trade, come on, let's do
So, you think you'll be rolling out like your rates and everything in the one-on-one channel soon, or do you have a set date on when you plan on rolling that out, or what you were thinking about?
it. I'm gonna do something completely scandalous. I want to do a poll to see like what's what's an appropriate price to charge, or what do you think? I don't know,
I
man.
think we've gone over
I don't
some of the
know.
rates that you were thinking you were thinking about rolling out, and I think that they're appropriate, and I think it's fair, and I think it's worth what you have to offer. I think it's a fair
Yeah.
price. Yeah.
I just don't want our group to be like, oh, they sell stuff, and
Well, it's also good
because
to know that with anybody that does decide to invest in your one-on-ones, most of that's going to be invested in giveaways for the group for other traders as well. So that's good to know.
absolutely, yeah, all that money goes right back into the group to fund giveaways, to fund meetups. Like we have what 70, I think 74, 70, about 80 people in the group,
Yeah.
right? Imagine if like three-fourths of us at least were all profitable and able to you know have meetups, annual meetups,
Yeah.
right?
That'd be
And it will
awesome.
be all sponsored by the group itself.
That'd be
So
awesome.
that, yeah, those are the kind of goals that I have. Like that's a long-term goal that I'm working towards, and that's why I drop all these gems to get people into that level of profitability that we can all share in and have a higher quality of life.
And the way I see it too is like, I've spent $50 countless times on combine resets and combine resets. I think paying that amount of money is worth. Sorry about that, guys. I think paying that amount of money is worth an hour of talking to somebody and watching how they trade and break it down for me, who's already doing what I want to do. I really find that worth it, in my opinion. I think other people will too. I think it's something that is going to provide a lot of value for the group, and I don't think it's going to be looked at like, oh, they're making money, or they're trying to make money off the group, because that's not it. It's not a premium Discord. It's a free Discord, and I'm going to keep it that way, I think, because we just got so many cool members and such a cool vibe that I don't want to change anything up. I like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and our group does have upkeep and stuff like that. So I think if we offer members, if they want to donate,
That'd be cool.
then maybe they can get a badge, a certain type of VIP ness,
Right.
So
Right. That is cool.
so,
That's a good
we're still
idea.
we're still on the drawing board here. So
Yeah, we're developing it as we go, and like Uchiha said, we do plan on doing some giveaways soon, so that'll be cool. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we start doing the Q&A?
no, that's about it, really.
Let's see here. Did you want to do any top-down analysis for NQ? For what you think next
So
week? Or do you want to do that as
I
a
don't know.
separate video?
Yeah, I think I'll skip the economic news that happened last week because I noticed a lot of our members don't really. I mean, they know that red news happens and stuff like that, but not really know how to interpret it.
Gotcha.
I would like to do a whole session on that just by itself, but for the sake of this, I think we can just do a top-down analysis.
Yeah, I think that would be cool for what we think next week might provide, or just what you see.
Yeah, let me get my chart open.
That'll be
How long are we
that'll be
running?
that'll
How
be
long is
cool.
Friday so far?
Let me see how long we've been running this. Wow, we've already been on here for 28 minutes. What's the YouTube length? I think we could upload like hour-long videos, right? There's no limit on YouTube.
Yeah, there's not.
Okay, yeah. So far it's a 28-minute video, so that's good. We got some fire knowledge out there, and we're about to do a top-down analysis for NQ. See what we can see happen and might happen next week. So, and then after that we'll do the Q&A, and if you got any questions for us, AJK, that would be the time to ask, and yeah, that'll be cool.
All right. By the way, the thing I want to say,
What's up?
I was looking at the pinned messages for the main chat, and I saw like a free tier flyer, and I think that pricing is great.
Okay, cool.
A 3-tier fight?
Yeah, I think we had posted something like that. Remember a while back we had posted some kind of this.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were thinking about it, but we probably just gonna keep this free, and we're just gonna offer one-on-ones. And for the donation, I think that'd be a good scaling plan for the donations, and we can offer some, maybe even see what maybe we can get something going for that. Definitely double. They'd get double the entries for the for the raffles that we do. I think that'd be a good idea. They get like 2 entries for the raffles, 2 or 3, just depending on what tier they do.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we'll offer some other value as well. We'll develop that as it goes.
I'm cleaning up my chart here.
No worries.
Yeah, there's a couple of I wanted to go over NQ, but there's some other ones like oil and gold that I was looking at because I know we have some forex traders in here too. So
Oh yeah, that's right. We've been getting a lot of new members lately, and it's all been organic, like just from other members reaching out. I think that's really cool. It was like 28 this month, right?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
28, 24.
and a lot
I
of
think
them
it
are
was
active
24.
too, and really like the group. You know, a lot of them are active, so that's good.
All right, that should be good.
The Q.
Yeah, the Q.
Big Q. Not the little Q, the big Q.
I guess I'll just remove clear thing. Okay, so do you want to do a top down or which one you want to do?
You can go through like your process for the top down because you got the screen pulled up, right? I mean, I can show you what I'm looking at. Like I see equal lows. You see those equal lows down there? That's a really strong draw, and it looks like we're tapping into an FEG, so it does look like we might be bearish. You know, it just depends on if we sweep or if we bounce off of this FEG and create a breaker block, right? Because those are equal lows, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's a strong draw on liquidity. Those are my favorite equal lows.
Uh-huh. Major weekly equal lows. Go.
Now let's see also what are we aligned to start a market maker sell model? Like have we been rallying up this week or was I mean, I know that weekly is a little bit different. We don't really go down too much. I mean, we still can. It's just it acts a little bit differently than the hour. What do you think? What do you see?
I see. Say we broke structure here. I'm gonna go straight out freaking SMC. Let me turn my magnet off. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
so we broke structure here. We're in an uptrend, right?
Mhm.
This is our order block. I do wick to wick. I know people do the border for the body or whatever, but
Yeah.
so technically that is a weekly order block.
Okay.
So what I see with this relatively equal lows that was formed, we just tested it, right?
Yeah.
And so came back and retested it, but we mitigated it into this order block. Come on. Okay, so my bias is that we're going up for these highs right here.
I see. Do you think
And
that's like
then
let me ask you, because this is interesting. I've never thought about it this way. Do you think that that would be a monthly open, high, low close?
a monthly open, high, low close.
Yeah. Like, how many candles go into a week? Would that be a month? You know what I'm talking about? Like, so
Yeah,
that would be like 4 weeks, actually. I don't know how we would frame
That's
that, but
4
like
weeks.
open, high, low, close down here, you know? For the I don't think it would be the month. I think it would be the something else.
So I'm do some here. Here's that last weekly low. Go to here, or that was a last monthly low. My bad. So all right, for the next 4 candles, which would be the next month, right? Or the next
Yeah.
4 candles, I guess.
7, 14, 20. Yeah, about 4 candles. Yeah, it'd be next month. Probably bullish, right?
Yeah, it looks bullish, but oh, what looks weird to me is like so we tapped into this fair good value gap, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't break structure yet before tapping into that fair value gap.
Oh, I see.
So it doesn't necessarily look like a trend continuation, but more like a run to liquidity. And that's another reason why I think we're going to sweep up these highs right here.
You see that?
And
bearish-
also, this isn't even an order block, and it's at the swing high. So I know it's not always the case, but when I see stuff like that's not even an order block right there, then it looks like liquidity for me.
I see. You don't think that will react off of that bearish FVG to the left,
Which one?
right there?
This one?
Yeah, because it looks
We're
like
already-
it looks like we already are, right?
Yep.
Because if
We've been in it.
oh yeah, it didn't close above it
So that's
either,
why-
which is like maybe makes me think that we could probably. I'm not married to a bias for Monday. In other words, like I could see both happening.
Mm.
And it might even be a choppy week. But with all the news coming in, especially since last week wasn't a heavy news week, I can see us getting the volume that we need to push up to those highs. Especially, I think maybe even. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say maybe as soon as Wednesday we could take those highs, but I honestly don't know. What is that? The daily?
Going up here, right? And then high on Tuesday or whatever day. When do we have news? Is it on
It was
Tuesday?
on Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wait, when do we have news for next week, or when did we have it last week?
For next week.
Oh, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like all week. I think let me check. Okay, let me check on the computer real quick. Hey yo, we got Scrappy. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome, man.
Thanks, man. I can jump on for like 2 minutes, I think.
All good. So we have red folder news Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Not on Monday though. It's a no red folder news Monday. We have yellow folder news, but
So you said Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yeah, so I can definitely see. I'm anticipating either the high or the low of the week being made on Tuesday, especially on the red news folder week type stuff. So like Monday, probably go up higher, take out this high
Okay.
over here,
Right.
and then probably retrace, take out some other side, and then Tuesday we get some stupid manipulation, and then drop. But it's really hard to tell, especially with all this support down here on the weekly and monthly though. So
Right.
I don't know.
I don't
man.
even know if we'll be able to reach those equal lows that are looking really juicy on this week. It might not be something we reach this week. It's a lot of movement, no? How many points is that?
Yeah, I would think something catastrophic would happen. Would have to happen for us to drop that low, but
And then we have elections
But
coming
who
soon
knows?
too, man.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
we do have the election.
That's
I
true.
might even avoid the charts. I don't know.
So
Just
but-
so you guys know too, I think at 8 on Sunday, if you mess around with Asia, I think there's red folder Japan news.
Let's see.
okay,
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there Sunday for the NWOG. Are you talking about October 20th or the Sunday on the 27th?
27.
Let's see. I can verify that right now. Yes, we have
Hey, let's do that.
JPY Red Folder News and it says all day. That's crazy.
Yeah,
oh, what is it?
it's
Is it,
elections. It's
lower-
Japan
yeah.
elections.
It says lower house elections.
Dang, I don't know if I do want to trade that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never traded election before, so I'm probably going to stay away from it.
Yeah, because it doesn't give a specific time. Like if you knew a time, you could watch the wicks and get in after, but without a time.
It's like a FOMC type thing, like when they happen all day type stuff.
Imagine being up like 2.5R on a trade just to immediately just watch it tank all the way to your stop loss.
That's what could
break
happen.
even. Or break even, because I mean at that point you should be break even, you know. But that's what I can see happening during elections, which is why I'm probably gonna stay away, especially since I don't know. Like I said, I'm in uncharted territory right now with my combine and my express, so I don't want to risk it trading something that I'm unfamiliar with. Probably stay away.
Yeah.
There we go.
The whole week is probably just gonna be crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, because this is our range. This is our range.
Oh wow.
Sorry. Also, I think London has daylight savings this weekend, and we have it next. So watch your hours for London charts if you mess around there.
Right. That's crazy. What was I gonna say? Monday, with it being no red folder news, is it a no news Monday? Is that what they consider no news Monday? I'm probably just gonna try and trade the new week opening gap on Sunday night, and I might not trade on Monday, because if I make money on Sunday, I don't want to give it back on Monday.
Exactly.
Mondays have always been a little bit sketchy for me too, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I've just never had good luck with Mondays.
Yeah, they're tough. Friday too can be a pain.
Yep. Yeah, and Amazik was just saying that he's done trading. He's done trading Fridays. Like, I traded on Friday. I still get some good moves on Fridays, but it can be. Thursday this week was really bad. It was really horrible. A lot of people got cooked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a weird October. Usually October's a little better, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Something like
nervous.
that.
I'm nervous for next year, you know, February and the next 2 months after that, because I remember this year February was tough. We were at all-time highs and everything was just, nothing was working. But then again, I don't know. I was a new trader too, so it could have just been that.
I feel like it's just been a tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to call the days that are going to be good and the ones that are going to be just chop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all see this right here?
Yeah, that's a huge gap. That is.
Yes, and there's some not. That this is another reason why I'm bullish.
I see.
So I'm on that 4 hour right there. So we got a imbalance right up above a data wick. So that's definitely a draw.
Oh, you're not gonna highlight the huge fair value gap, or is that the gap that you're highlighting? Or I can't really see.
Well, here I'll zoom it over here.
Oh yeah. Why are you doing it just from the wick to the wick? Why aren't you doing the whole gap? Is it just because it's too big?
No, I'm doing it because that's all that's left that's not mitigated.
Oh wow. That's crazy. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
So that's where the draw is most likely to be, right?
Yes, sir.
I was watching a video of Charmaine Trades trading the ATM method, and he was saying that anytime, he was on the 1 minute too, he's saying whenever you see a wick that's like super long, that on a lower time frame it's a imbalance, or it's like a PD array.
Yeah, on a lower time frame, like 30-second or something like that.
Yeah, he got a super clean entry off the wick, and it was like the best entry you could have gotten just off of price wicking down and touching that wick. I was like, man. So he was using like a 30-second PD array to enter off of. I thought that was crazy. I've never seen anyone do that.
Yeah, there's some people who are sick with it on the wicks. It's like, geez, how'd you
Best
do
entry that you
that?
can get, right? Like, it makes like a 50-point difference.
Yeah. All right, so there's NQ.
That's nice. That's definitely nice.
Yeah, so I'm looking for this as the draw. This is my draw. So if I catch a ride up there to hit it, cool. If it hits it before my macro time and we're here and I'm I'm ready to short sell, take it. But this is my draw on liquidity right up here.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
And that is at 21.025.
Cool. I'm gonna watch this in the morning before Monday. I'm gonna watch this Sunday night or maybe Monday morning and just mark out everything that you have marked out right now. This is great. Are there any SMTs?
I'm about to check. So here's ES.
Bro, I hate the way ES moves, bro. It's so like robotic. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it has no soul.
It's it's like meant to be balanced. You know, like the fund is meant to be. That's why it's kind of a pain, I feel like.
Yeah, it's super robotic and scary, and it just moves so quickly too. It's just I don't like it at all.
All right, since there's not really much to mark out here on the monthly, except for this and and this. Okay, so there's our monthly range. Nothing really on the weekly besides some highs and lows. So we got these equal lows right here. Okay, we have
a question quick.
This right here.
What
I do...
Uchiha,
go ahead.
AJK has a question.
Yeah, basically, right now, I'm still deciding on, like, a strategy or a method to choose, and I don't know what to, like, look for in a good strategy.
What to look for in a strategy?
Are you talking about, like, a model?
Yeah, basically.
We've got one that's a banger right now. Enoch is definitely going to tell you all about it.
Yeah, it's the IFVG model. That's what I use. I think Uchiha uses it as well with some other confluences. I strictly just keep it simple and use the IFVG model. Basically, you look for a liquidity sweep. I like to look for equal lows as the draw on liquidity. And then you just wait for a BPR to form. And then you enter once the candle closes that forms the BPR. At the end, I can go over it on my chart and give you a visual example once we're done with this.
Okay, good.
But
those... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say Dodgy DD uses it. Lewis Trading YT uses it. I think even Zusi uses it, but with an understanding and implementation of MMXM as well, which I kind of do also, you know. I have a deep understanding. I don't want to say deep, but I have a solid understanding of MMXM, which is the market maker model. So I just use that in conjunction. Like the market maker model for me gives me a clear understanding on the draw on liquidity and as well as like internal, external liquidity. Like I don't just use, like I do just use the IFVG model as an entry model, but as far as what gives me my bias for the trade, there's a lot of other things that go into it, like market maker model understanding and kind of like draw on liquidity and just things like that. But for entry, I keep it simple. I look for a sweep of liquidity and then I wait for a IFVG to form and I enter off the candle that forms the IFVG. And then I aim for opposing liquidity. And it has a really high win rate.
Do you know the dude that turned like 100 into a million? He's called like FX Alex something.
Oh, Alex G?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Do y'all know about his strategy? Because I looked at it and it looked like promising enough.
It's basic supply and demand. That's what he does. Just, I mean, yeah, it's supply and demand is tested, tried and true, but at the same time, like the ones that are successful long term, um, they're swing traders. I'm just going to say that if you're trying to do supply and demand on, well, you know what? I take that back. Supply and demand is time tested. It's true. If you know how to use it right, you can make money off of it. If it looks simple to you and that you can pretty much grasp it, whatever kind of speaks your language, and then I think it's a good place to start. Um,
Yeah, what I can add to.
but
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
but what I will say is that the IFEG model. I know there's like some acronyms or whatever, but it's literally a visual. Like once you get the visual, I don't want to say pattern, but the visual like sequence of like what to look for, it's really easy. It's literally a 1, 2, 3 step. It's
Yeah.
a 3-step process. And you don't have to make it any more complicated. You just wait for the time, wait for a sweep liquidity, and then for your IFEG towards a draw on liquidity. That's literally it.
And
So
what
go ahead.
what I can add to that is the reason why I really like this model is because it's so simple. It gives you more room to focus on your psychology, and because you're not looking for all these steps that you have to occur. Like that's something that used to slip me up, is like I had to wait for all these steps to occur. Like, oh, did we tap off a higher time frame PD array? Did I see a breaker block? Did we retrace into this FVG? Like, nah, it's super simple, and that for me gives me the mental capacity to focus on my psychology and what I'm thinking during the trade, because to be honest, that's one of the most important parts of becoming a profitable trader. And all the professionals say it, it's not really too much about the model you use. Like, yeah, you have to have a good model, but your psychology is what's really important and what's going to be the determining factor to whether you're profitable. So for me, the reason why I like it is because it's so simple. I can focus more on my psychology aspect of it. And then not only that, a lot of other people in the group trade it, and just getting their analysis on it is cool too.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll get a total fast track onto learning how to execute the model because there's a handful of people in the group who trade it too, so you'll catch on real quick. If you want something you just pick up and run with, this is definitely something to try out.
yeah, because I'm trying to like buy a funded account soon, and I saw like Apex is the cheapest, and it's like and like their 80% discount is gonna end in like 6 days. So I'm trying to learn a model ASAP.
Hey, man.
Can I give a suggestion?
Hey, Pop,
Yeah.
can you
Go
you
ahead
want to go
and
inside, or can
if you want, go ahead and lock in that account, but I
Fine, I
would
turned it
not
down.
trade it until you have at least had at least 1 week of strict risk management trading on a demo account, like executing like a robot, same, over and over again. Because at the end of the day, right, it's not about how much money you can make, right? It's like how much money can you keep. So like if at we're in the business of managing risk at the end of the day. Yes, we make money. We are in the money market, but at a zero sum game. If you want to live to trade another day, it's really about managing risk. So I understand you have that aspiration to lock in, get that account, and I would say go ahead and get it, but also don't trade it until you know for a fact that you can respect your desire to want to do better.
Yeah, I want to do that, but then I also want to do it as like I don't want to pay another month before I get my payout.
Man, it's gonna take a while, man. When I first started combines, bro, I was like, it was like 5, 6 months before I even. It's been 5, 6, 7 months before I've gotten like a payout. Like it, and you can you can easily spend a lot of money on it, like easily.
Yeah.
It's very risky. Like, I wish I could go back in time and just spend 2 to 3 months practice trading and just forget about like the money aspect, because until I got a system, because like the way it worked for me is I was jumping from model to model and developing as a trader while I was trading combines and just going through them, and it was very expensive.
If you
Um,
check mine.
let's see. So Apex will keep that discount going. They're always re-upping it. Don't feel pressure. Yeah, man. I mean, I honestly I understand exactly where you're coming from, because I wanted to learn with the real thing, and I wanted to get that experience in real time, and it does. I feel like it is a little bit. It's good practice, to trade with real money in a real combine. I'm not gonna say don't do it, because I did it, and I feel like a lot of people do it, but if I could go back, I would practice trade for a month or two.
Okay.
At least until you know what you're doing, and that you're not going to just be burning through your money. Because, like, yeah, you can lock in this discount, and let's say you blow your account the very same week. 2 days later, let's say you blow your account, right? You're going to have to get another reset. There's another, now your investment went up even higher. So I would think what is more valuable is getting the process down. And I always say this, I can't stress this enough. The equity will follow a good process. The money will follow a good process. The money is a byproduct of you knowing what the heck you're doing. So if you know what you're doing, then you don't necessarily have to worry about trying to lock in a discount on a prop firm, because, like, whatever prop firm account you get, that you're going to pass it anyway. And, you know,
Also, I want to share
Yeah.
something with you that I did.
Well, I feel like I partially know what I'm doing, not like 100%. Cause like it's like charts has always been like easy for me to understand, and when I got into trading, it's like a bit hard, but like I just need more like learning time.
Yeah, you just need some. Oh, let me unmute myself. Oh,
I totally understand.
yeah,
I'm not.
like, and you'll find out like where your skill level is once you get in the game and actually start trading with prop firms. Like, it's you know and you could be starting off and be really good, so you never know. But that's the ultimate.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm
the
going
ultimate
to
test.
discourage you.
That's the ultimate trial, is trial by fire. It's the best experience is the best teacher. I have always felt that. So and at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's an investment. So like, don't ever feel bad if you do blow the accounts, because you're investing. And basically, I look at it like your tuition. You're investing in your education, and it's gonna pay off and pay you back. And it's just a loan. You're loaning it to the game, to the charts. You'll get it back with interest.
That's exactly how you should look at it. I agree with that 10,000%, man.
And I was gonna say, I want to show you something too that so last month I took a whole month off of trading just because I was getting cooked, man, and I wanted to find out what my issue was, and I'll show you exactly what I did and what I'm about to get back into doing. Um, I'm sharing my screen right now. I started doing
Okay.
this to where I would track, the date, the price entry, the lot size. Was it a gamble? Yes or no? You could see at first I was getting a lot, but then at the end, I stopped doing this on the 14th. I need to get back into it, but it was such a good practice that, I did the model that I used, which most of it was IFEG. So you can see some of them were FOMO, IRL,
See,
ERL,
you see that, AJ?
the sessions.
Yeah.
His models, most of those are. I mean, he does IRL, ERL, but were those IFEGs?
They were IFEGs, yeah, but it was just like it was an IFEG, and I was just aiming for external. So the internal was the IFEG, external was the. So I might switch that. It's just that most of those are in Asia, and it's a little bit different. And this was a while back before I really started honing in the IFVG model. I started like mid-October to really just specifically only use that. I haven't tracked a lot of the data, but I do recommend like doing this, and I can share the spreadsheet with you. You know, the entry time, the exit time. Was the setup formed, or did you just enter on because you felt like you knew where it was going? I mean, that happens sometimes. You can see, was your risk managed?
Yeah.
You know, the total R, the points secured, and then you can see after all this, I added up, and I have it over here. Total points that I was up at the end of this was 217. The win rate, 63%, and seeing it's just. You can tell if you have a profitable process by testing it with this chart and this plan that I made, just like this, because you can add up the points at the end of whenever you want to see and see if it's negative or positive. And if it's positive, I would say, you know, you're ready to get into trading. And I did this all practice, bro. You know, like I took a step back because I needed to slow down to speed up. And this is an example of an IFBG trade, probably the best trade I ever took to this day. You can't really see to the left of it because it's a picture, but there was a sweep, and then we get this FVG here, this bearish FVG, and it's overlap with the bullish FVG, entered right there as soon as it closed over it, and you can just see, this was in Asia too at 8:45 CST. You can just see how much it fed me. I mean, that was like 90 points, and I partialed out. It was beautiful. But this is kind of like what you could do to really help you get a process going and understand it, is just do this. Like this one right here. See, there's a FVG right here. There's another FVG right here. I saw it late, you know? And you could see I saw it late entered right here. It came all the way up to here. It didn't sweep this, but this was a bad trade, to be honest. I just have it here, you know, for data. This is something that you could do, you know. This is another bad trade. This was a loser. But I think it's important to track your data. You know, there's the issues I have here, and then the solutions to the right. The more data you can track on your trading, the better you're going to do. And I know it's a pain in the butt, man. When I was first starting off, I was like, dude, I don't need a journal. I don't need to do any of that. And I still have a hard time doing it every day just because I'm so busy. But this is really going to... If you're doing this, you're doing what 90% of traders aren't doing, you know?
Okay.
Facts. Nice.
Yeah, I think we're ready for the Q&A portion.
You're muted.
What would you say?
All right.
You guys have any questions?
So, what do you think? Are we about ready to wrap this up or what?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go into the Q&A session.
Enoch, you're
I'm sorry, my mic was off, man. No, I didn't even realize that. Did y'all hear what I was saying?
Not at all. Not for the past, 5 minutes, or, I'm sorry, 30 seconds, no?
Okay, but did y'all hear what I was talking about? Okay, yeah, you heard what I was talking about the
Yeah.
charting. Okay. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened. I must have muted myself by accident. But I was saying, I think we're about ready for the Q&A session. Or do you guys have any questions?
Not anymore. You just answered one. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think Scrappy's on mute. He was saying right here, I agree with them. If I could go back and have done more practice. Yeah, man, practice is critical. It's critical. I think this was successful. We've been on here for about 30, 45 minutes. This is a great session. We're going to start doing this every week, I think, on Sundays or Saturdays. And just, you know, it's an awesome thing. So thank you guys for joining. And for anybody watching right now, you know, thank you guys for watching this all the way through. Hope you guys got some nuggets and some gems from this. We will be continuing this. And is there anything else you want to say before we hop off the call, Uchiha?
I just want to say thanks, guys.
Oh, for sure, bro. Anytime, man.
For sure. Thanks.
I
Thank
sent
you
you
for
some
being
books. Enoch, I sent you some books.
Okay.
Another Dropbox.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. I'll check that out for sure. Yeah.
I gotta send it to Uchiha too.
He'd appreciate it for sure. Send him that link that you sent me, cause that's some.
I will.
That's some sauce, bro.
Yeah, I got a lot of videos. Some are paid courses, so I don't share them with like a ton of people. But books and videos. Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
But thanks for doing this.
Of course, man. We're gonna be keeping it up. Thanks for joining us, and you know, I'm only hoping to see more success going forward in the future. We're gonna continue to grow all together. So.
Awesome.
All right. Well, we're probably gonna hop off. You guys have a great night. Anything that you want to add?
No raid, no trade.
No raid, no trade, guys. All right. Peace out, guys. And until next time, see you guys either Sunday night or Monday, New York AM.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Peace.